Hello, beautiful Virgo. Welcome to your reading. If you're new here, I am Divine Light and I'm so happy you have joined me today. In this reading, we will dive into the energies of the transition time from this year to the next. We're going to start with a coffee cup, and I prepared a special spread for you, which is going to show us what has happened this year and what is coming forward within the next one. And at the end of your reading, we're going to pull 3 important things that you need to know in this timeline. By the way, if you go on to enjoy this message, don't forget to give some love, hit subscribe. It's the best and a free way to support the channel. And if you would like a private reading, I have my email in the description box. Just go ahead and send me an email, okay? Let's dive in right away and see what is coming your way. I see there is actually something forming outside of your comfort zone, and there is a flower growing here. There's a land probably that you are planting seeds, the fertile land, and you can consider this as mental land, mental space, meaning in your mind you are contemplating to make something happen, or you're getting inspirations, intuition is guiding you. And actually, yesterday, I really wanted to look up, is there a difference between instinct and intuition? And seems like there are many. Instinct, I see tears of joy coming forward. Timeline-wise, it can be within the next year, not this time, meaning not this couple months, but next year, you're getting some good news unexpected from an unexpected source. The instinct is actually our experiences stored in our body, gives us signs and symbols about a situation, a person, a place. For example, when you're walking in the dark and you're sensing someone coming after you, and your instinct tells you to go faster, that's instinct. That comes from the experience, maybe even from the collective. But the intuition is more of like a joyful and playful attitude, idea comes to you. It's like channels from a higher perspective, which shows up most of the time as inspiration. And it seems like here, this fertile land I mentioned again, can be a physical land. You're planting some seed. Maybe you're feeling like, oh, that would be fun to plant this kind of seed, for example. Or this can be your mental situation that you're like, maybe what would it feel like if I had this kind of a shop and maybe sold this kind of things, or like materials, or maybe a service. And it can be something like that. You are starting to plant the seed at this moment, and then the tears of joy actually falls inside of it. So it seems like you don't have to rush this thing, because in due time you're going to receive the ideas, the inspirations, what to do, how to move forward. But it's about actually sticking with the idea without stepping on the seeds and bulldozing the land, basically. Okay, just saying, oh, it's impossible, I can't do that, it's too much work. Those are the things, bulldoze that fertile land, basically. I see here there's a pathway opening. This can be a pathway opening very soon for some of you. There are 2 dogs here. Dogs can be, that reminded me instantly, I got this view of like a Parthenon, or like a Greek, basically pillars and a doorway, and there are 2 dogs waiting in front of it. So this can be, in the literal sense, maybe you want to go to a historical site. It can be like a symbol there waiting for you. It's calling you. Another thing, I talk about this because like I am really close to this kind of like Roman ruins and stuff. So it's like a casual daily thing for me. I can go on a daily basis when I want to. That's why it is coming to me as maybe literally you want to do this. Or if you're not, this doesn't even have to be like a historical in the sense of like left from the Romans. It can be even like a special place built in your neighborhood, in your city, that might have something for you. Which another thing come to me as a vision is, it's the memorial for Abraham Lincoln. I went there too. He has this massive statue, and that place has an extremely high energy as well, like if you have access to it. Anyways, so it can be a place that is calling you, or this can be a gateway that you're going to cross through. Two dogs can be two things that you're extremely afraid of, you don't want to do, or maybe you feel like, oh, they're not going to let me in there. And this can be maybe you want to go to school, but these two dogs is the admissions. The dogs are admissions. However, they're loyal to you. You don't even recognize it right now, but they're going to be protecting you and allowing you to enter into this space. This can be a relationship. Maybe you want to go and start a relationship with someone. Two dogs can be your protectors, maybe your parents, your family. They don't want you, like you think that they don't want you to go in there, but they're probably going to show you the right doorway, or maybe guide you with their like words or advice. It can be something like that too, okay? And it's coming up here, it's showing up, and you're standing on the pathway, and you have a bag in your hand, and you're raising the bag on the air and just showing it off and saying like, this is what I brought here. So that's why I feel like this can be even a job. I can see here, there's a person, you can see women talking to an older woman, and maybe there's an advice waiting for you out there, like, but the women energy is like, she's the one who takes and grows, like the Mother Earth. So you need to be in that feminine energy. You cannot be in the masculine and receive what's coming forward, which seems like here, you're also on top of a chunk of money here. It's like an abundance, a resource, and like, it feels like because you are actually the Pentacles energy, and Queen of Pentacles is a resourceful energy, and then it will uncover these resources that you have here, okay? This is happening really soon, and I see even a wishing bone appearing right there. So when you pursue this pathway, even though the fear is there, you keep taking one step at a time. It seems like it is going to bring you towards a wish fulfillment here. This sign right here kind of looks like a bird flying, kind of in a shamanic drawing. Another thing this reminds me of, this is actually the Sagittarius energy, warrior energy. This can be a Sagittarius coming into your life, maybe launching you towards, or what they're doing is launching you towards this wishing bone, this desire. Another thing here, bow and arrow is a symbol, actually like launching forward. It has the energy of this 8 of Wands, many positive things aligning, coming back to back. So when you might get a little overwhelmed because of this many things happening at the same time. However, I feel like here, when you choose one and pursue that, that's actually going to lead to wish fulfillment. Another thing, I see that wishing bone has a person here under it. It kind of looks like a cat. Cat means that someone, like, cats are not really like dogs, basically. I have many cats. They're not really always satisfied with what you give them. What happens is when you give a dog the food they like, they just get so joyful and happy, and they cuddle you, hug you, they just start dancing around. But cats are opposite. They just eat the food and just go to a couch and lay down. They don't care. They don't really, not all cats, but most of them, they don't really come back and appreciate. So your wishing bone might be something coming into your life that's going to be satisfying you, but maybe you're not going to feel that energy, like you're not going to have that joyful gratitude attitude. This can also be a person who has this kind of like a nature of cat. Some people are like that, and they might not be, maybe this is someone that you're going to share your happiness with. They're not going to really participate in it. So this doesn't mean that you didn't accomplish something massive. It means that this is their nature. Okay, some people, this is their nature. They don't know how to engage with the feeling of gratitude. Okay, so this is, I feel like, towards the end of the year. Why is this showing up here? Because you realize that you are doing amazing work and accomplishing amazing things. At the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming into your life, a lot of positive moments happening, wishes are being fulfilled. But this doesn't mean that this is going to fulfill other people, and you're going to be able to make others happy with that. And if you're feeling guilty or maybe even responsible for other people's happiness, I feel like this is actually when you draw the line exactly here. I see kind of like a Jesus, like a figure, and there's a fish above him. So basically, Jesus multiplied the loaves of bread and the fish, and you have the power to do that mentally, physically, maybe even physically, in the sense of, for example, I take a ball yarn and turn it into 2 pieces of sock, which is a multiplication of that yarn into something that is useful. Okay, think of it that way. So it seems like here you're recognizing that you can even like multiply the food in front of the people and they might not appreciate that, but you will know that this is something divine that you're doing. What happens when you do that the next year timeline, I see here, this brings you some sort of authority. I see that you are wearing like a cap here. This is like a traditional, back in the day, police hat. I think police and the army officers used to wear that. So you are going to be policing your own property situation, the gains that you have, okay? And not everybody is going to watch over them. Another thing, this comes to me as like you will be getting a lot of good stuff happening. Maybe you're going to lend some of the people, take them, or tell some of the people to, okay, just I'm going to give you this mission, follow this and help me with that. And you might have to police over these people and watch over them really carefully. And Virgo, you are actually one of the most organized zodiac signs. So this can also be like amplification of that part of you. And if you haven't watched the next 2 years reading, it starts from the January of this year. Go ahead and take a look at that, because this is the year that your fire, like your talents, your skills are actually going to amplify with the Aries fire energy, okay? So it seems like that's what's happening here. And when you do, like with your, I don't know if this is like a key in your hand, like something to tell people, like showing people what to do. This is bringing 2 chunks of money into your life. There's some like a massive abundance. I even see here, this is like I don't know if any of you bake, but this is like a measuring cup. With like, you know, they have a handle with a measuring cup. This kind of looks like a half cup. The half cup is carrying a full cup on top of it. Okay, it's like the slightly full, like visible here. So what happens is half cup also means maybe like seeing the half cup half full, half empty situation that you're going to come across. Like you're going to manifest something. Maybe you need to give the half of it away or some of it away for maybe taxes or something. But the thing is, though, when you use that half cup, it is going to multiply and bring another full cup into your life. So I feel overall, when you keep a positive attitude and know that everything actually happens for a good reason, when you pursue that thought, and you will become those, like you will really manifest positive things and even upgrades, even like better outcomes. I see another person here, kind of reminds me of like a rabbi attitude with the beard and a sword in his hand. This means that this is an authority figure, maybe even a spiritual authority for some of you. I said rabbi because I see the hat and the beard, but can be a spiritual authority that you usually follow. Can be a priest, can be an imam, can be a rabbi, or like in the, I don't know, the traditional religion, like non-traditional religions that we know, like Shinto or Hinduism. There are other types of like leaders here, gurus and stuff. So it can be someone like that as well. This person has a light, a candle shining, a sword that they have as a word. This can be a promise, okay? And this doesn't have to be also initially like a person that is alive today. This can be from the past. Maybe there's someone who has a valuable information for you brought from the past as well. Okay, so I feel like there is some information, and he's also, there's a gorilla right here. He's like a maybe behind a gorilla, taming a gorilla. This now it's just changing the meaning. I feel like here, some of you might be also with your spiritual practices, taming someone maybe out of control as well. Okay, this can be your masculine side energy, you taking action and using your spiritual practices like the Hierophant, and you're taming some situation maybe out of control on top of everybody's, like in front of everyone, okay, which is very powerful. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind, in your hand. I was going to say, I see a camel here. Some of you are really like from moving. Okay, there's a tears of joy, good news. I saw a star here. Star is wish fulfillment, manifestation, your true north manifesting. The camel was here. Now it turned to a number 8. Now, this can mean 2 things. The camel can be really moving on, packing up, going somewhere new, emotionally, spiritually, physically. 8 can be, seems like within this maybe next 3-4 months it's coming forward here. Material support that will help you to actually pack up and go, or get clarity about, oh, do I want to do this? And then the sign comes in, oh yes, I now have the resources, I can do it. Camels are resilient. They go through the hard ship of the desert. So it can be also like in this journey, you are learning some lifelong beautiful lessons as well. Like being resilient about a certain situation is going to get you to the right place. Another thing here, there are 2 walls around you, but they're not thick walls. And this kind of looks like highway as well. So I feel for some of you, you are getting slightly outside of your comfort zone. However, this outside of comfort zone are going to be your short path to your heart's desire. Okay, that's why it has a highway here. Another thing I see here is the number 2 and letter E. I don't know if you can see that. And there's a wishing bone here as well. When we get closer, it kind of looks like a letter R, like Regina, maybe, in the first name or the last name of someone. But number 2 indicates partnership. So maybe within you're transitioning to the next year, not only removing the people that are blocking your path out of your life, you might even attract the people. We're going to see if we're going to get the 3 of Pentacles. You're going to be attracting the people who are supportive and fully be there for you into your life this upcoming year. Okay, that can be the transition time. Even you're going through this energetic transition, you're going to get some help from some really aligned people really aligned with your energy. Let's dive into your tarot now. We're going to look into this year's major lesson, and let's see. I'm trying to shuffle it, but I think I switched. Did I flip something up? Yes. What did I? 8 of Wands I flipped up. This is actually, I felt the energy of fast movement. We have all these musical instruments on this card. This is a totally different Voyager Tarot. It doesn't really have traditional signs on it. So 8 of Wands, I felt this energy. For some of you might be actually from slow movement to fast movement going forward, okay, with this year's and with this energies of the year. Let's see what happens. This year's major lesson. The moon, which I saw the moon in those cards as well. Seems like here you are actually learning how to navigate. You learned this year how to navigate in the times of not having clarity. Right now, all over the world, we don't really have any political, physical, spiritual clarity. And the thing is, though, what's guiding us is our instinct most of the time, our past experiences, and we feel how the things are going to go down. On top of that, when you get to connect with the intuition, which is your joy part, that is also going to get you to the right destination, like the headlights in the dark when you're driving. Seems like here you're learning how to listen to those sounds and the signs and follow them. This year was that was the major lesson. This is actually this year's actually biggest achievement, the Wheel of Fortune, adjusting to the change. Another thing come to me here is actually I used to think that instinct and intuition is the same thing, but if you're feeling bad or feeling this kind of like a tense in your body, it is really like a fear guiding you. But then I found out instinct can show up as fear as well. So if you're not feeling comfortable around someone, this means that your body is actually guiding you. This person is not, you're not really safe there. Okay, so don't try to beat yourself or tell yourself, oh no, it's my butterflies in my stomach. It's me being wrong. My body is feeling wrong. No, it's not that. This moon card tells me that when you're feeling those signs, you don't have to see an outcome or evidence that what you're feeling is true. You're learning to trust that. The biggest achievement is the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune can be many things. Adjusting to the change and hitting the jackpot. We have a golden hand here, learning, figuring out your unique talents and how to make money off of it, or like helping people. I actually listened to this morning, A Happy Pocket Full of Money, a book, and it says when you help people get what they want, you get what you want faster. Okay. So it can be, that's another thing where you actually learn how to figure out this year. That can be your biggest achievement. Wheel of Fortune can be jackpot, buying a new home, buying a new car, getting something that will materialistically satisfy you as well. That is the biggest achievement. When you let go of this year is the Eight of Wands. Why are you letting go of this Eight of Wands? Eight of Wands energy is about movement. Another thing here is, now this makes sense to me. Maybe you feel like you always have to have progress. You need to always soar and do something, be successful all the time and see results of that. But I feel like here, this year's actually what you're letting go of is being in flow. You can be in flow and harmony and accept things to actually go your way in a very light, beautiful way. Harmony is the wand of the middle path, the middle road, which centered equanimous energy. You can see the most direct way to resolution or partnership. Okay, work together, it says here. This can be also maybe trusting other people, that you are letting go and learning trust that other people, the universe, the creative world that is actually working on the background to make your dreams come true. I feel like there's an overall trust energy here. What they expect this year, Five of Worlds is Five of Pentacles. We're going to get some clarifiers here. I'm going to say Five of Worlds, maybe you are learning to change your perspective about how something looks like. Maybe you're feeling like something looks like a barren desert that you cannot really plant any seed or you cannot grow anything. But now they're actually like carving a river in the desert right now. So like when you use the necessary resources, you're learning how to bring water into the distraught. Maybe most of the time, you know what? Actually, that's another thing I listened to yesterday in an audiobook. I don't remember the name of the book. And it says, everybody goes to pray for the rain. However, you don't see many of them are bringing an umbrella. That shows faith that the prayer is going to work. And it seems like here that's the thing that is going to be the theme. Like you should be expecting this year. Whenever you have full faith, you will bring that rain to the desert. But if you don't, it can stay distraught that way. Okay, this is actually what to expect. And this year's biggest challenge, let's see, that's upcoming years. Eight of Wands is Eight of Pentacles. This can be changing your mind about certain things that you already know, or learning about, like expanding outside your comfort zone and learning about new things, okay? This upcoming year's theme, we have here narrowness, the Nine of Crystals. The theme is, again, we have Five of Pentacles for you, also Nine of Swords. So you might have a setback, looks like a setback that will actually carry you faster into the future. So some things that you desire might not really show up the way you want it to be, and you might be afraid of that's not going to work out. However, these are all illusions. They're not really your truth. This can be happening because of the environment that we're living in. Now, like the countries are not getting any safer and the things are getting a little stressful, and that can affect you. So this is also being aware that this is not what truly happens. This is actually what you are mentally experiencing. And maybe this is about also managing your mind, your ideas, okay? Advice overall is the Tower. Let the tower crumble down, okay? So now I can see this is actually making sense to me. You know why? This can be, if this is about work, you might not really getting what you're wanting out of the work, and you might feel a lot of fear. Oh, they're going to fire me. I'm not going to get what I want. They're not going to give me the raise. That other person's going to get the promotion. You might keep getting this kind of like a fearful ideas and feel left out in the cold. This is because you need to let this place to crumble down. Maybe you need to just go outside your comfort zone and find something different. That's why these kind of negative things might be happening. And this is all happening for your highest good, because it seems like here you learn how to hear the things before they come into your life through the moon, your intuition and instinct. And I feel like that's why you now need to see this, whatever this is happening, not in a fearful way, but in a way that this is a reset. I'm getting an upgrade upgrade. That's why this is coming my way. And transition here, we have the Fool, new beginning. You like it or not, there's a new beginning, a new child right there coming into your life. And yeah, you're going to start a new story. This year is going to be upcoming year. You're going to carry the energy of the fortune to that year, but it can show up in a way that you don't maybe even prefer. Because sometimes we have to let go of the things that do not serve us in order to, I want to look at it because this card was upside here. Fear, you need to let go of the fear, confusion, distractions in order to see your true desire behind them, right behind them. Okay, let's see the last year's major lesson, this year's actually. And we had King of Wands. Yes, following that intuitive guidance with full confidence. That's the lesson. Some of you biggest achievement is manifesting stability, a new job, a new home, something stable, maybe even retirement that brings you into like a stable balance, routine. That can be your achievement of this year. Eight of Wands is what you're letting go, is a hustle. Page of Wands is like a young achiever who wants to take care of everything with an impulsive attitude. I feel like that's what you're letting go. You're actually letting things to flow by themselves rather than rushing into unknown territories. Okay, and let me see what's coming the upcoming year, what to expect. Strength, Five of Pentacles are happening. Maybe you're going to be left out in the cold. If you're working with a team, they're not going to be working together with you. They're just going to push you to the side. So you can gather up some strength and tame the lion, maybe even manage them and show them how it's done. Or this can be in the family, maybe you're feeling apart from them. This is all about you learning how strong you are, how powerful you are, how you can manage a lot of things. Before I turn off this video, I was actually thinking about my younger selves in my 20s. And I was thinking, oh, I was so like, basically, I didn't know anything about life. And then because I didn't have like the discipline and understanding. And I feel like for some of you, maybe you are actually looking back. That's the Five of Pentacles. You're seeing, I was all alone. I didn't have any support. Now you're learning how much you come, how far you came here to this state. That can be the strength energy. This can be the upcoming, what to expect next year. And biggest challenge is Lovers, and Eight of Worlds is about change, allowing the change to come in and mastering your art. The Lovers can be also even like accepting that you have been through a lot of good, like a lot of things with the Five of Pentacles. You became stronger, and now you are actually going to experience your heart's desire. That's going to be the challenge, allowing good things to come. Because sometimes we think we don't deserve it, or we're not worthy of it, or even we're living in that moment, we self-sabotage without knowing. I feel like that's going to be the challenge here, to allow the things you love to be your daily routine. This year's theme, like the upcoming years, we have that you might have some fear, and how to overcome that is becoming confident that the seeds that you plant will always grow. You can plant a nightshade, which is a deadly poison, that will grow. You can plant corn and water it and take care of it, and that will grow. Plant the seeds of the thoughts that you want, because Nine of Crystals, this can be even the fear surrounding you at this time. If you keep planting that and watching the news and allowing that news energy to wrap you, it can grow. But I feel like Empress is also a good energy coming forward and telling you, nurture yourself, take care of yourself, take care of your thoughts, because that's going to be the main theme of this year. That's what's going to grow. When you plant good stuff, that's coming. Focus on the things you desire most of the time. Advice here, the Emperor with the Empress, the Tower moment. I told you some things are going to crumble down. And if you feel like you're feeling the fear here, massive changes coming, but you are going to be thriving in that energy. So like I told you, maybe this is a work environment. People are sabotaging behind you, pushing you to the side. You're becoming stronger. You're becoming more creative, resourceful, and you are going to become the leader when they crumble down, which happened in the past. I experienced that as well. Now I'm looking at it. I didn't see it at the moment that way, but when I stepped back and mind my own business, I realized everything people were trying to do, they were crumbling down, and they came back and asked for my guidance, my leadership. So I feel like here, that's the energy. When you mind your own business, you're going to get what you're desiring in a better than ever. The transition, we have here the Fool energy, and I feel like 10 of Wands is something that you're dropping, you're letting go, you're learning how to ask for help, because we have the Wheel of Fortune again. So the new beginning is going to be also 10 of Wands is actually carrying all the burden on your back. Maybe you can start the new beginning from this transition time. I had to take care of everything. I need to do this, do that. This is all me. But then you're transitioning to, oh, let me go with a change. I don't have to write everything down. There's a computer, there's a phone that actually when I speak, they record my voice and I can fix that later, the mistakes and whatever. Like that's the simplest thing come to me. So it can be like that. You don't have to, you realizing there's a change, upgrade waiting for you, and you are really embodying that too, okay? Let's pull your 3 important things that's actually you need to know coming your way. And now we're going to pull what's getting activated in your life. Let's see. This is the first thing. Trust that everything is working out for your highest good. You're always in the right place in the right time. Crescent moon is again illuminating your pathway, your instinct, your intuition. Either way they speak to you, they're going to walk you towards the sands. Like whenever that you are feeling stuck in the sand, it is going to guide you towards the boat, towards the way out of it, okay? And protection, some of you might be getting the tower here. Tower has actually lightning striking to it. So rejection is protection. That's the first thing popped in my head. If you're not really getting something you desire, know that it's your protection. You're getting protected here. Something much better. Like I never seen a spread like this. Empress, Lovers, Emperor, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so it's like everything is aligning in the best way possible. The only thing that is burdenous is 10 of Wands here, but I feel like you are actually choosing to do everything by yourself without asking help. But when you can figure that way out as well, also that can be also protection too. When you take care of everything, maybe you're also protecting yourself there, okay? And the third thing you need to know is taking risks. So I feel like here, this is not really jumping into taking risks right away. It's about trust that things are moving on and you start to see the evidence of that they're coming to you and you're getting protected here. Then you can start taking risks, fly a little higher, test the waters, or yeah, like the eagle or like the whale. Just do not go too deep to get like what is that? They go deeper and they get this kind of like pressure affects them. Don't do that. And it exactly happens with when you go higher as well. Actually, I heard somewhere, I don't know how true is that, crows, when they get a little cocky, they land on the back of the eagles. And what the eagle does is they do not just shake them off. They start rising higher and higher and higher. And the altitude is too high for the crows. So they just pass out and fall. So it seems like here, if the altitude is too high, you can adjust to it gradually rather than just going too really high to it. And the thing we have here, what's getting activated, we have Gaia, earth energy. We have the Empress with you and creativity, fertility, growth. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. So I feel what's getting activated is, this is a beautiful card because the idea came to me is whatever that you need and you want, desire. Want is not the best word, but desire is a powerful word. Whatever that you need and desire is actually going to be magically fulfilled with this Gaia's connective energy. Okay, that's how I feel here for you. Let's see your final message. At this moment, what does Virgo needs to know at this moment? We have the Christ energy. Open the door to the kingdom of heaven. So look at things in a higher perspective. Okay, Christ consciousness. We have actually 44. It makes number 8, which is infinity, which is creativity. And the Christ and the unicorns both love unconditionally. This card invites you to radiate pure love without judgment to everyone you meet. This will open the doors of heaven to you. There's an affirmation you can use during this time. I love everyone unconditionally. Okay. All right, beautiful Virgo. That's all for today. I would like to thank you for joining me, and I wish you a magical day. Bye. Hey, beautiful. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.